What's up, everybody? It is Rayshawn and Hujan. We are back. We are the Unscripted Real Artists. And in today's video, we are talking about a little hot topic. Michael Orr. And we're going to put quotations around parents because they didn't really adopt him for real.
Adoptive
Allegedly.
parents.
So there was something that came up a few days ago. Hold on, my closet. Okay. There was a few things that came up the other day about uh his parents not really adopting him, only basically pocketing cash because, of course, black athlete.
And it also being, in actuality, a conservatorship. Probably
Conservative,
not
yeah.
conservatorship. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm
Conservatory
not putting
ship,
emphasis on
something
on the
like
right
that.
syllables. However,
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Anyway, the funny thing.
Conservatorship, something like that.
Apparently, it being the paperwork he signed being a conservatorship paperwork, and that it was in fact not adoption papers.
Yeah.
So they been making bank off a homeboy, especially after the blind
For a
side,
minute.
and he did not see a dime
For a
of that money.
minute. And he had been and what's crazy is we don't know when exactly he found out, but you have had to be like, if I was in that position to where I know that I'm making money, something is helping me make money, or I'm supposed to be able to see a dime and I haven't received any of it, I would be
Mm-hmm.
sick because it's a story about me and the things that I went through. This ain't got
Mm-hmm.
really nothing to do with y'all. Yeah, y'all took me in and raised me like a kid, like a child. Well, raised me like y'all own. But in all actuality, he was already like what 17,
Mm-hmm.
16, 17. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
And it's just
yeah, you
like
helped him, but come on, y'all.
it completely. This new information has completely changed the tone of the movie, because now, rather than it being
Hmm.
a a feel good story about the wondrous nature of humanity and generosity of people, right? Willing to help out somebody in need, regardless of um,
Skin tone,
skin tone, political affiliation, whatever. Just helping out another
right?
person in need, and those like good values. Because
Mm,
it's not just restricted to just Christianity. It's just good
yeah,
human values, right? Morally good values, right?
right.
It has now been tainted as into a story, into the actual story of it being exploitative,
Mm,
and
mm,
you know, again, cartoonish, um dollar signs in the eyes kind of situation,
yeah.
where it's like, I see an opportunity to make a quick buck, to make money, and it
Mm,
actually kind of in a way contributes to the rampant cynicism among like Gen Zers, for example.
yeah.
This is why people are so cynical. This is why people are so suspicious of other people's human nature and intentions, because you have people like this that are out to just, and also exploitation. How exploitative exploited exploitative um this whole situation is because it's just like you're doing this for your own gain.
Yeah.
You weren't actually really doing this out of the goodness of your heart. You saw an opportunity and you
Right.
took it,
Yeah.
which is so just terrible. That is
It's
like
disgusting.
it's gross. Because it's like, oh yeah, let me just take advantage of this kid because that's what he was.
He was a
He was a
kid.
kid. Let's take advantage of this kid. He's black. He's already in sports. We know that he's probably going to end up in the NFL. Let's take advantage of him. Right?
Well,
Not
he
saying that
wasn't
that's
already
necessarily the. He was already an athlete at the time. And I'm not saying that they necessarily came in with that uh, perspective. I'm
mindset.
not going to say what I
Right.
don't know. But that's the way it seems look from the outside looking in, you know?
Mm.
That's kind of like you saw an opportunity and you took full advantage, and now it's coming out, the truth is coming out, and now you're like kind of like, oh, please don't sue us, because that was I had heard that that was the situation allegedly, where it's kind of like we'll give up this thing, this whole conservatorship and whatever, just don't bring this lawsuit against us or whatever it is, right? That's
Because
what
they
I
know that they're
heard. I
gonna
don't know if that's
lose.
the truth,
Yeah, because
right?
I think the thing is they're only moving this way because they know that it'll be something pinned against them and
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna believe him. You know what I'm saying?
Because people tend to root for the underdog. To be quite
Hmm.
honest, people tend to root for
Yeah.
the underdog, and it doesn't look great on them either. It doesn't.
It
It really
doesn't.
doesn't.
It
Um,
doesn't.
because we've heard stories of children of color being taken advantage of by
Yeah.
adoptive parents. There has
Hmm.
been more than one case of an interracial adoption happening, and something happening as a result. We've seen what happened with, I believe it was a car full of children that were adopted,
Oh
and
yeah.
they drove off of a cliff and killed all the children, which RIP to those kids. Those kids did not deserve it. They didn't ask for that. They didn't even ask to be here in this world. They didn't ask they didn't even ask for y'all to adopt them,
Right.
and for y'all to do that children. Children, they ain't do nothing to you. And then on top of that, you have people that are, don't even get me started on the people that are. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel very strongly about this, about anything involving kids and morality and just criminality. Um, then you have people that are adopting kids from other countries and then using those children for content,
Ooh, I don't like
especially
that.
like special needs children, and using them for
Yeah.
content. And is then it's kind of like you knew that this child has a disability. You knew that this
Mhm.
child was disabled. They had a mental disability, whatever form of disability that they have. You know that it will take extra care and extra
Yeah.
time and effort than it would a child who does not have any sort of disability.
Mhm.
You decide that you're going to take this role on as a parent and a caregiver to take care of this child. And when that child outlives their usefulness, you then want to return them back like it's a target. Like it blows my mind. And then, I'm also thinking about it from like a theological standpoint, right? Because I'll admit I'm not the most religious, but I've been, you know, reading up on some things. And it literally says in Proverbs, right? Cuz I was instructed to read that by people more wise than me. And it literally says there that those who exploit the people who are considered less than, right? So poor people, children, people who are disabled, people who are diseased, all of those things. Those people who exploit the little guy for gain, for riches, those people will not see heaven. Number one. Number
mm,
two, their wealth will not last.
mm,
Right? And then we see it happening with a lot of these like influencers that exploit either their own children or their adoptees, right? Something ends up blowing up in their face. Some
yeah.
kind of controversy, some kind of scandal. We see it all the time happens in as a result of their exploitation of these children. And it's so sad because all these kids want is to be loved and to be cared for.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all they want. And for you to do that to a child is effed up. And it's
Yeah.
not okay. And personally, you should probably be criminally charged for doing stuff like that because I'm just saying.
Or what I be feeling like they need to bring back Stoney. No lie. That's just where I be feeling sometimes. Depending on the crime, we need to bring back Stoney. And when I say rally up the girls, the baseball, the softball girls, rally them up and
Me
be
out
like,
to the ball
hey,
game.
hello,
Me out to the park. Like,
we finna be skipping rocks on that behind. Skipping rocks. But
in the
yeah, I
case
think it's really
of
gross.
yeah. Sorry,
Uh,
go ahead.
what'd you say?
I was gonna get back to the point, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was
The
gonna get back to it too, but it is really gross when people who say that they are your quote unquote parents, you know what I'm saying? And they do something like that to where it's like that's nasty behavior in my opinion. That's
right.
you literally took advantage of that person. No matter how that probably he probably been wanting to put that out there. He probably been telling him on the phone. I don't know. Okay. He probably been telling him on the phone, hey, I need my money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need my money. I have children. I have a wife. I got my own family. Show me the money. No Jerry Maguire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need to see the money in my hands. I know I made money from this. People made uh got awards from off of this movie, off of my life. Yeah, y'all were involved, but
That was
let's
also
be real.
portrayed
And let's
inaccurately as well, apparently.
hello, hello. Let's be real. I need to get my money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why somebody does moves like that. Oh,
Right.
y'all don't wanna, I'll spread the news.
Not to mention, you know how terrible that is to have a belief in someone's charity so much only to find out that they were basically using you the entire time. You know
Hello.
how effed up that is? That is so messed up.
That's crazy,
It's
man.
literally playing out like, again, like a friggin' K drama. It's
That's
literally like a plot out of
crazy,
a K drama
man.
for real. Or out of any kind of drama, out of a movie. Like,
Cause I'm pretty sure it was the thing is, I feel like if I were ever placed in a situation like that in my life where somebody adopted me and stuff like that, and I knew they were making money off my life, I would be like, hey, where's the coins? Everybody getting money. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Whether I'm working or not, some profit was made off of my life. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I mean, granted, you also have to consider it from a childlike perspective, right? I'm a kid. I'm a minor. I don't know
Mm,
anything about the adult world. I've been adopted. These people are people that I trust because they adopted me, they treated me like family, so on and so forth, like one of their own, right? I've developed a relationship, whatever, with these people. I would be trusting that these
that they
people
gonna
have
take
my
care of
best
me?
interests, exactly, they have my best interests at
Right.
heart, and that, for example, they might be putting away that money in a trust for me, or because they
Mm,
very well could have been claiming that they had been putting it in a bank account somewhere for me
yeah.
or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doubting, especially as a child, as a minor, as somebody who knows not of the world, right? I would be trusting that they are doing as they're saying, right? Speaking, I'm saying I speaking as if I were a kid, right? So you have to take it, consider it from that perspective until you become an adult and you realize, wait, where is that money? Why don't I have actual access? I'm an adult now, right? What
Mm,
is all of this stuff? And then that's when you go down that rabbit hole and then you find out, oh, they've been lying to me all these years. You feel me?
yeah.
Something there had to have been some kind of form of a catalyst to make him start to question
But
whether or not they
yeah.
were actually doing whatever they claimed that they were doing with his funds.
But that's what I'm saying, because I know that he had gotten, I think, a full ride to whatever college he was at. Um, I'm not 100% sure. I have to look it up, but he got a good deal at a college, so they didn't have to come out of pocket for none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So were y'all paying taxes with that man money?
I think they had bought a house or something. I don't know for sure. Don't take my word for it.
Either way,
I had heard
somebody's
that they
funds.
did some stuff with his
I think their
with
money was a
whatever
little
funds they had.
funny. I
Mm.
this is just my theory. I think their money was a little funny, and they said, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose that. Or can we go and get something that's a little cheap? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could tap into these little funds over here. He don't need it. He a football player.
Right.
Because this is
He
what
ain't
people
gonna
be
use it.
thinking. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Right.
he ain't never gonna ask us. We
Thinking
his
out here
parents
thinking like a
type
villain. That's
energy.
all it is.
Right. It's like, oh, he ain't gonna need it. He ain't gonna ask for this. He got his own family. He got money. It doesn't matter. It's the principle. I say this all the time. It's the principle. You don't know what that man had future plans with that money. He probably thinking whole time, okay, if this is a smooth 2 mil, all right, cool. Then it's 2 mil. Heck, it could be 50 cent in that thing.
Hmm.
Why couldn't y'all give that man his money?
Right. But it brings to mind the conservatorship of other well-known people.
Facts.
To segue.
Oh, but wait. Before we get into that, I'd like to say that I also agree with the actor that played Michael Orr when they were
Mm.
discussing, when people on Twitter were like, oh, Sandra Bullock should get her award taken
Oh, she
away for
deserves
that
to get her
role.
award taken away. That
I don't
is
agree with her getting
that
her to,
that whole
that ain't got nothing to
story
do with her.
is that is a reach because it's kind of like the people who produced that film didn't know that those people were lying to them
Yeah, they
about
didn't
what the
know.
actual story is. They didn't
Yeah,
know. That's not their fault, you
yeah.
know. Um,
They're just
at the end of
portraying
the
real
thing
life
is,
people.
exactly, they're thinking that they're telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them God, you know.
Mm,
And it's a feel good story. It's a perfect story to make a movie about
yeah,
it that you'd potentially
yeah,
win awards for. And I think they did
yeah,
win awards for it. But
yeah, they did.
now the issue comes in as far as the actual case because this is going to more than likely be filed as a civil case, right? Now, again, criminal justice background. I know some of these things. Now the onus is on Micah Orr to produce proof
Yeah.
and quantity of proof to prove that that all this happened and so on and so forth. So the I don't know how far it's going to get. I don't know if they're going to end up settling out of court because we know in a lot of these kinds of cases they tend to settle out of court so that it doesn't blow up in their face and stuff like that, you know,
Mhm.
because of the um social blowback of something like this, right? Um
Do you think that's why they're trying to
but
back out now?
possibly because if they have any sort of businesses and stuff, that'll possibly be affected
Blow
because
them.
people are looking into
Mhm.
your again, people are looking into
Yeah.
the morality politics of a business now
Yeah.
before making a purchase. So that's one thing. And then, of course, if you have a regular 9 to 5, those people will be considering that because it's kind of like if you could lie to a person's face about this, now I have to look at you with one eye open. You feel me?
Mhm.
I can't just look at you as, oh, Miss Sarah down the block.
Right.
She's not gonna do something like this. She, for all I know, she could be doing white collar crime, pinching pennies out of my cash register. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case. Of course, I'm using this
No, no,
as an
no. Yeah, I
example.
get it.
But
Mhm.
you know that then raises suspicion about the actual moral compass of these people that you're then working with. You know, it's kind of part of the reason why a lot of people wouldn't necessarily want to hire an ex felon. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because then they're
Yeah.
taking those things into consideration.
Mhm.
So that's why that could be potentially why if they are indeed uh trying to back out of it or whatever or trying to get this thing settled under wraps, then that could potentially be why. Um, but like I was saying, at the end of the day, because it is more than likely a civil case, um, it's just like how you see on those court TV shows. Michael Orr is going to have to produce the evidence. It's going to be on him to produce the evidence,
Yeah.
and I hope he has enough enough of enough quantity of evidence to be able to prove his case, so he can get
Yeah.
his funds back.
Yeah.
Because it's not okay what they did to him,
Mhm.
and it's really not okay because it's like you're taking advantage of somebody, and
Yeah.
that's no way in no way shape or form is that okay, especially and even from like because I know in the film they were depicted as being very much Christian, right? Like they
Yes.
go to church and all that other
I was
stuff,
gonna say that. Yes.
and so that kind of like rolls back into like the hypocrisy and like the whole scriptural thing, and it's like kind of like it's I know people call it karma, but it's like it's God's divine justice coming back into play because it's like I said, what if your ill-begotten wealth is gonna come back to bite you in the behind.
Yeah.
So, and we see it now that it's coming back to bite them in the behind, and it's just the irony of it is like you've portrayed yourselves as one thing when in reality you're something else, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's all to just make yourself look good when in reality
Yeah.
your hearts are not clean, you know. It's a sad
So
situation, but I hope that
it
he
is.
gets his due, you know, and that everything turns out for the better for him
Right.
because
Cause
nobody
cause
deserves
that
to be taken
whole
advantage of that, especially not a child.
speaking of people treating them like a child, our girl, my fave, my white girl fave, Britney Spears. Okay?
Hit me, baby, one more time.
My girl is free from that whole parental, basically, I'm gonna say parental
Conservatorship.
control,
Right.
conservatorship, however you say it. But she has now freed herself. No Fantasia.
She jumped from the frying pan into the fire, so to
Listen,
speak, the proverbial
she is
fire, because
now she is now divorced.
the dude that she
Well,
recently married
filing
has
for
divorced her.
divorce. Mhm.
And now he's
And
try to rewrite history by
uh,
getting her to by trying to get her to back out of the prenup that they had signed when they had gotten married. Why?
well,
Because
allegedly,
he wants more than just a piece of that ass. He wants a piece of that bank account too.
because he put
Allegedly.
out a statement. He put out a statement, and what he said in the statement, he was basically like, this was like 6 years and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like Brittany said, ish happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it had anything to I don't know. I'm not gonna say what I think, but I'm probably tell he's off camera. But I just feel like it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But now in the updated news on the whole situation, she listened to our girl Octavia Spencer. When Octavia was inside the comments, I'm probably gonna put some blood clips earlier on, whatever, whatever. First comment was, uh, make him sign a prenup or something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
And that's when she first announced that she and the dude got
Married
married.
old boy. Yeah.
Right.
And on
Because
top of that,
like everybody, we're rooting for Brittany because we want her to actually just fully live her life. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
rooting for the underdog. The
Exactly.
human nature of rooting for the underdog.
We want her to be herself again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take people a while, especially with things that we see, like with Amanda Bynes and her whole, because she's still stuck on her conservatorship with her people, and that's
Lord Jesus
very
Christ.
sad to see that. And they all go through the
Mm-hmm.
same phase, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? So seeing Brittany go through all of this and whatever, and finally being free, a girl is out here dancing in front of the cameras and stuff like that in her underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Cool for Brittany, okay? Dance in your living room and outside, sis. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you're having a good time, I'm here for it too. I'll twirl with you. You know what I'm saying? But
Like, it's not my cup of tea, but do you, Brittany? Do you?
listen, but I feel like she did listen to Octavia Spencer. Shout out to black people. We be saving the day. Because he did, in fact, sign the prenup. And of course, allegedly, he was trying to Uno reverse it. And they was like, nah. The lawyers that she has.
But not only that, um, prenups are a legally binding contract. You can't just
Mm
back up and try to Uno reverse that because
hmm.
you
Mm
already
hmm.
signed it. It ain't nobody else's fault that you didn't read the fine print. Okay, you signed the
Hello.
contract. It's a done deal. Okay,
And
ain't
then
no
to try,
backtracking. Ain't no Uno reversing. Nothing you can do about it. It's set in stone.
right. But then the audacity of, I don't know if this is coming from the blogs or whatever, but me and Houston both saw that